Alrighty, folks. My name is Ian. Sometimes I make mistakes, and yeah, like I said, we are back to the Commonwealth here. I have not gone to Point Lookout yet.
Heads up.
I'll deal with that later.
For you? Glad to be of service.
Okay, hold on. Let me actually create a container here. Lovely. Let's go ahead and grab whatever garbage was in here. We'll grab a spatula. Like I said, I was just gonna add it to my inventory and then go from there. New Automatron. Well, since apparently I don't get a choice, I'm literally just going to make a very basic Protectron.
Heads up.
Yes, ma'am?
Ada,
Here you are, ma'am.
look alive.
Yeah, how can I help?
That's all for now.
Very well.
It helps if you take the thing you're supposed to take. Just want to say that out loud and outright. That is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Terribly dumb. I'm gonna take it. I could probably sell it. Right? Or throw it on a mannequin. Right? Do something fun with it. Just do anything with it. Oh, words cannot express how irritated I am right now that I left her in here. Okay. Thankfully, I preloaded all of the work here. It's kind of weird having gone through the entire dungeon and doing this. Though, in my defense, I don't really
Maybe I
think...
could carry some of that for you.
Maybe you could. Maybe you could. Come over here.
Look alive.
I'd be happy to help if I can.
Can we trade? Can I give you a missile launcher?
Looking to lighten your load?
Yes, please. Thank you. Shouldn't be needing that. But I am, at the very least, in the habit of collecting nukes, just because it's Fallout, and Fallout 3 was the first game to have them, and there were a set amount of nukes you could get. So, kind of formed an interesting set of habits. Seriously, how do I get out of here? How leave? How go? How leave? Okay, so I'm completely trapped in this room. The game seems to have bugged out in a way that I'm not entirely sure. I can't tell if this is a bug or a feature. Honest to God, I can't tell if this is a bug or a feature. I can't tell where I'm supposed to go. I think I might have broken something. Oh, here.
Watch the tripwires. I'd rather keep myself intact today, thank you. You really are taking the path of most resistance here, aren't you?
Seriously, you're gonna hit me with that, with the I can't run or fat and Alright, Ada, let's go. We've got a limited amount of time before we need to be out of here.
Based on my limited experience with you, I estimate a 65% chance of making it out of here. Not optimal. An increase in effort could have an impact on the odds.
My apologies about that.
Thank goodness we are out of that hole. Don't think your job is done. I refuse to cooperate until you provide a body that meets my standards.
Right, Jezebel, let's build your terrible body.
You certainly know your way around a workbench.
You know what? Let's load our quick save here.
Hey,
Yes, ma'am?
here you go, Ada. The final radar beacon. I'll need that head back when you're done.
Of course. Shouldn't take but a moment. There you go. Still in one piece. I'm not sure why you want the head back. All we needed was its radar beacon. Besides, robo-brains are notorious for being, well, a real pain in the neck.
What else do you know about them?
What else do you know about them, Ada?
Quite simply, it's the first time General Atomics produced a successful union between organic matter and robotics. The brain is used both as a control unit and a data storage unit, which is far more efficient than using standard circuits. Unfortunately, there were a lot of programming issues with these robots, which caused them to be a bit, shall we say, unhinged. Hopefully, this particular robo-brain will have some of the answers that we've been seeking.
A union of organic matter and robots?
A union of organic matter and robotics? Sounds an awful lot like a synth.
Not at all. The robo-brain was built with a very different design philosophy in mind. General Atomics' intent was to use the human brain to augment the robot's functions, primarily to accelerate the decision-making process. Free thought and individuality was never intended. These were expressly built like soldiers, to follow orders without question. The robo-brain's unfortunate tendency towards violence and aggression should be considered more of a malfunction than a calculated decision.
Alright. Now that you have the final radar beacon, will it be enough to track down the mechanist?
Now that you have the final radar beacon, will it be enough to track down the mechanist's location?
I certainly hope so. I've already started the calculations while we've been having this conversation. That still doesn't explain why you need that head back.
We still need it.
We still need it, Ada. I believe it can help us access the Mechanist's facility.
Of course. It makes perfect sense that the Mechanist would not only keep its location a closely guarded secret, but would secure it against intrusion as well. I'm terribly sorry. I hadn't considered that possibility at all. I'm afraid when it comes to assisting humans, I'm not doing very well lately.
Why would you say something like
Why
that?
would you say something like that?
Isn't it obvious? Ever since I let my friends die in that caravan, I feel like I've been failing in my duties. I chose the route we took the day we were attacked. Perhaps if I'd selected an alternate route, they'd still be alive. Sometimes I wish that Jackson had programmed me with my personality mode set permanently to disabled.
Your personality mode? What do you mean?
Your personality mode? What do you mean?
Most robots have a personality mode select available to them for their creator to utilize. Turn it on, and we're designed to talk and act more like a human. Turn it off, and we're no better than a mindless automaton. Jackson said he didn't think of me as a servitor robot. He treated me more like a friend, so he permanently set my personality mode to on. He said I should never lose my identity. I suppose I'm starting to think he was wrong.
Your personality defines you as an individual. Never
Your
let that go.
personality defines you as an individual. Never let that go.
You're right. All of the good memories I've experienced being Ada would be lost if my personality mode was shut down. I can't afford to lose them. I really think I needed to hear that from someone else. Thank you. Now I've distracted you for long enough. I'll finish up my calculations while you deal with our new friend, Jezebel. Hopefully, she'll be able to grant us access to the Mechanist's facility, and we can put an end to this nonsense once and for all. This should prove interesting. I wonder what you'll build next.
Interesting. This body you've selected for me isn't quite what I had envisioned, but it will have to suffice.
What kind of a body were you expecting?
What kind of a body were you expecting?
Considering I look like a junk bot that's been hastily welded together by an amateur, I'd say almost anything else would have been better. However, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, given your limited skill set derived from your equally diminished intelligence.
So sorry, Your Highness. The Royal Tailor has been quite ill, and I'm afraid the task fell to me instead.
If you're attempting to use sarcasm as an intimidation tactic, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. Look, it's obvious we don't care for each other's company, which suits me just fine. So, why don't you ask me everything you wanted to know, and then I'll be on my way.
Why did General Atomics make you so uncooperative.
I haven't the faintest idea of what you're talking about. I am a top-of-the-line model, with an efficiency rating that makes Mr. Handy look like a glorified toaster oven. When given a set of instructions, I will complete them without question, and without error. Now, were there any other ridiculous questions you wanted to ask?
You aren't stuck here. You could leave if you wanted.
You've created an interesting stalemate between us. Something I didn't expect you to be capable of. I'm impressed. It's been a long time since I've been outsmarted. Why don't you go ahead and ask me your questions?
Alrighty, tell me everything you know about the Machinist.
Tell me everything you know about the Mechanist.
Now there's a fascinating subject. The Mechanist. Amazingly adept at programming. A veritable genius with electronics. I'm not surprised you're interested. I've been dutifully carrying out the Mechanist's instructions to help the people of the Commonwealth for quite a long time.
Helping the people of the Commonwealth? You?
Helping the people of the Commonwealth? You?
Absolutely. It's my primary directive. The Mechanist instructed me to seek out and help the people of the Commonwealth. By my calculations, the easiest way to help a human is simply to destroy it. There's no point in prolonging a laughably fragile life. It's the most efficient way to assist them. Any other effort to help tends to result in numerous complex side effects.
Alright, the Machinist gave you instructions. I don't think you understand the definition of
I
help.
don't think you understand the definition of help.
Help. To give or provide what is necessary to accomplish a task or to satisfy a need. I'm doing exactly as I was instructed, assisting a human to the best of my abilities. Only for 25% survival rate. That means there's a 75% chance that despite my efforts, the human I'm assisting will die from something beyond my control. Therefore, it's better to hasten the human's death and put them out of their likely chance of misery than to deplete my limited time. It's actually quite elementary, but given your minimal intellect, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised you don't understand.
Can we stop the petty bickering and just get to the part where you tell me how to access the Mechanist facility?
Can we stop with the petty bickering and just get to the part where you tell me how to access the Mechanist facility?
I promised to answer your questions, and unlike humans, I don't have the capacity to lie. It's rather simple, really. In order to gain entry to the Mechanist facility, you're going to need to outfit one of your robots with an MSAT modification. I'll upload the plans to your Pip-Boy device. There. I've fulfilled my portion of our agreement. Perhaps I'll remain here for a while and see how things resolve between yourself and the Mechanist. Purely for my own amusement, of course. I suspect you'll have quite a tale to tell once you return. But then again, I'd be surprised if you ever return at all.
I'd suggest you stop doing that before you hurt someone.
Well, got my end of the bargain. Let's call this part here. I'll drag everything back to, I almost said Florida, Point Lookout, and then, honestly, Point Lookout does kind of feel like a nicer version of Florida, doesn't it? Just ignore that. And do some modding when I get back home. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna call it a part here, and I'll get back when I'm ready for next episode.